medalist to the Junior Pan American Games in Cali last
Brazil's Miguel Hidalgo had the honour of wearing the number 1 for the 2022 World Triathlon Cup, Huatulco, only the second World Cup of the year, but one with plenty of backstories to tell. One of which was Tyler Mislawchuk's search for what could be a remarkable third straight podium after back-to-back golds here in Mexico on a hot and humid course that clearly suits the Canadian to a T. Top-ranked athletes took to the right of the beach start line, and the waters were calm for the 62 men gunning for the first buoy. Mislawchuk had flown out of the traps, Hidalgo then assuming the lead along with Rich Varga, Diego Moya and Trent Thorpe all in tow as they headed back to the beach at the end of the 750-metre swim. After the long run into transition, it was indeed Hidalgo, Moya and Mislawchuk in and out first without any problems, and only 15 seconds separated the top 20 heading into transition. And despite an early burst that saw 14 athletes pulling clear over the first half of lap 1, Sergio Baxter Cabrera and Brock Hole included. That soon became 25 as the likes of Grau, Justus Nieschlag and Sasha Shajiv bridged up. The largely flat course with just one climb and descent, leaving few opportunities for anyone to form the breakaway. Indeed, by the time the bell had sounded on the 20-kilometre ride, almost the entire field had come together, snaking through the Huatulco streets. Baxter, Sajiv and Hidalgo taking plenty of pulls up front to try and keep the pace on and test the legs of those around them. The likes of Moya, Hidalgo and Mislawchuk had again worked their way to the front for the second and final transition. And were joined by Carlson of Sweden and Grau for the first of 2 climbs out onto the streets of Huatulco. Across that first lap, there were no fewer than 14 athletes, all capable of mounting a serious challenge for the medals. Portugal's experienced João Pereira among the names looking in perfect rhythm despite the rising temperatures. Penaflor and David Nunes giving the crowds plenty to cheer as the Mexicans came back through at the bell well positioned. Canada's Hole was the first to drop off the pace, and then the final climb shuffled the pack once again. Mislawchuk trying to test those around him. A final burst from Hidalgo did see the group finally splinter, and suddenly it was down to the Brazilian, Grau and Mislawchuk for the medals. With the final turn finally in sight, it was Grau that was able to come searing through and hit the blue carpet with a slither of daylight suddenly behind him. Mislawchuk responding well, but falling agonisingly short of what would have been an incredible third straight gold here. Hidalgo with the bronze for the second year running in the heat and humidity of Huatulco. A brilliant finish then from the 3 athletes to give the crowds plenty of entertainment as racing returns to normal once more and the Paris 2024 Olympic qualification period truly gets underway. It had been a perfectly timed, perfectly executed race from Genis Grau that delivered him his very first World Cup podium in the heat of Huatulco. Tyler Mislawchuk struggled to hide his disappointment despite an excellent silver, having only just recovered from injury. Miguel Hidalgo repeating last year's feat of bronze and continuing his impressive string of results at the top level.
For the winning of the national anthem of Spain.